Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my theory tuition series where we're working through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And now we're going to continue with question 4 of the grade 4 2014 past paper workbook of paper A. So if you turn with me to page 5, and we're going to have a look at question 4. So this question requires a knowledge of major and minor scales, and I always find it helpful to quickly write out those before I even start a paper, and then you've got all your major and minor keys to hand. If you're not sure how to do that quickly, I've done a video explaining how to work out the circle of fifths, and you'll find that in the description and also in the cards. So that should now mean that all the thinking is done in one go to answer any question that regards key signatures. And so let's see what we're asked to do here. We're asked to write a key signature in B major. Remember, we're in treble clef here, and then we're writing one octave ascending, so we're going upwards. We're using semi-breves or whole notes, so we don't have to worry about stems. And of course, we're beginning on the tonic. So B major has a key signature of F, C, G, D and A sharps. Interestingly, in a major key signature, the last sharp is always the 7th degree of the scale. So 7 to 8, A sharp to B is just another little clue there. So let's just jot that down in the appropriate position. F, top line, C, G, D, and then A sharp here. And so if we start on a relatively low B, we're not going to run out of space and need too many ledger lines. And then remember, scale means step, so just make sure we've got line, space, line, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we need a ledger line, 7, ledger line for the space, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that is F, G, A, B. So we know we've got the right steps of the scale, and that's soon completed. Let's have a look at the next one. So we're asked to add the correct clef, that's the first part. And then we're adding sharps or flats, not a key signature but accidentals, to make F harmonic minor. So first job is let's add the clef here. So F, of course, must begin and end on F. So here F harmonic minor must begin and end on F, and so that must be bass clef. Good boys deserve football. So we need a bass clef here. So that's the clef dealt with. Now we need to add the accidentals for this scale. Now this is where it's really important to work in pencil, because we're going to follow some steps through that will require you to just rub out. So F minor is related to A flat major, which has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats. So first of all we apply that key signature. So we want B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats. Now if you're not comfortable in any of these clefs, if it is that this isn't your clef of choice, depending what instrument you play, you can always just sketch the letter names. Remember, this is descending, so I'm counting upwards. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. You could always do that just to help your thinking, whatever it takes. So we're almost there. However, the harmonic minor, if you remember, has the 7th degree of the scale raised. Now because we're descending, remember this is the 8th, this is the 7th, 8, 7, 6, 5 and so on. And so this is the 7th, and so the E flat must become raised, and so that becomes a natural. So what we've done is we've taken the E flat and we've raised it to an E natural. So you could just leave it like that because it now no longer requires an accidental because that flat has been got rid of. You could add a natural sign to show that you know that it's been raised, or because it's kind of redundant because we don't really need it there, we could even put it in brackets. Any one of those would be acceptable to show your thinking. So there we go. That is now F harmonic minor. So let's turn over and let's see what question 5 is asking us. So question 5 is all about intervals, and again here you do need to still have a firm grasp on your key signatures for your major and minor scales, and this is another reason why it's really helpful to have this list of the circle of fifths to hand. So the first job is to make sure we get the number of the interval correct, and the only way we can go wrong here is if we forget to count the lowest note as 1 and just move on upwards. We need to count this as 1, the given as 1, the lowest, and then next door is 2. So we know that's a second. So that's half marks straight away. Now don't forget we've got a key signature here, so we're going from a G to an A flat. Now G to A would be a major. Major means greater, minor means lesser, and G major would go from G to A. Here, however, it's an A flat because of the key signature, and so we've made that full step smaller and we've made it minor. So that's a minor second. Let's have a look at this next one. So here we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a seventh of some sort, so that's easily done. Now we're going from F to E flat because of the key signature. Now F to E, I'm just about in space here, if we just squish that in. F to E would be major because F major has E naturals in it. F major just has B flats in the scale. So that would be part of the major scale, but because of the key signature, it's actually come down to an E flat, and that is part of F minor scale before we've raised the seventh, and we've made that major interval smaller and we've made it minor, and it's part of the minor key signature. F minor has a key signature of E flats, and so we know now that therefore that is a minor seventh. Let's move on to the next one. So here we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a fifth. Now a fifth, a fourth and an octave are all perfect. There's no major or minor scenario. Nothing's been changed outside of that, and so we're still within that perfect interval. There we go. So let's count this one. So we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Being careful to count the first one as given and then space line, space line. So we know that that's a something sixth. So here we're going from A flat to F. Now A flat major would have an F natural in it. That's all part of the major scale pattern, because A flat major has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats. F natural is a part of that, that's part of the major scale, and so that's a major sixth. And then finally we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a fourth. And so we wonder, is that a perfect fourth? Now, A flat to D flat would be perfect because A flat major and minor have B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats in the key signature, counting this lowest note as our key note. However, there is no D flat in the key signature, so we've actually gone to D. So what we've got is we've got A flat, not to D flat, which would be perfect, but to D. The lack of a flat means that we've actually made that interval bigger, and so a perfect interval made bigger means we've raised it or we've augmented it, and so that becomes an augmented fourth. Because there's no because there's no major or minor, we go straight from perfect to augmented. So we've augmented that perfect interval, made it bigger. So there we go. That's that question completed. I do hope that's helpful to you. If you can give me a like, that would be really fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.